Hello, and welcome back. All right, let's continue our parable here. And as promised, the game came up with some more settings for us to adjust. This looks like, yeah, like a brightness slider. So, computer's barely visible there. Please adjust the slider until the dog and the cat are friends. Oh my god, I love this. What? This is the real gameplay. I want a whole game like this. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Oh, okay. Sure. I'm willing to follow the directions if they're fun. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Now this is gameplay. Which of the two made-up words below is the most appealing to you? Occuboinkle or scrumptus? I think occuboinkle. Although I'll hold out a little bit for scrumptus. Please don't adjust the slider. Okay. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that is right now the correct time? Yes. What is the time anyways? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes, definitely. Help. Yes. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. I like this character, whatever this is. We have a very simple, functional relationship. I don't know where this is going, but I'm eager to see. Okay, so we're back as Stanley.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
And we like Stanley. We like being Stanley. And, well, it's time to see where things take us this time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And things are starting off pretty familiar. We're still not going to visit the new content just yet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And I'm going to enter the door on the right. Now,
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
So the idea of drinking it in is actually pretty relevant to what I'm thinking of talking about today.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Which is kind of like the idea of, like, a satisfaction, happiness, fulfillment, similar to what I talked about in the very first episode, before I realized that Stanley is not so much a character and more of an avatar. But this game does seem to visit the idea of, like, do your decisions make you feel happy? You know, is the narrator happy with the decisions that we make? Does his happiness decline when things don't go his way? We kind of talked about that with the subject of control. So I want to build on this. And as usual, to demonstrate my subject...
So bad at following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I usually need to make a mess of things or upset somebody. And let's see, last time we jumped off of here. Vent access for trained employees only. I'm not a trained employee. Vent access. Is there a vent around here, though?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
No, I can.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? I'm convinced that I want something bad to happen to you. Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Oh, there's a vent. Maybe we can get in there somehow. Okay, so pay attention to how important the story working out is for the narrator's happiness, but also, like, what is our relationship with Stanley? Like, ideally, the story works out exactly like he wants. Stanley's not mad at him. He's not mad at Stanley. And there's only been one ending where that's been true, the freedom ending. But every time we do something that makes the story not work out the way he intends, it tends to upset him. Danger everywhere. And we're going to talk about why. But let's see how bad things get first. Right now, the narrator wants us to trust him. And I'm not easily trusting of suspicious British narrators. No buckets past this point. Okay, well, I don't have a bucket, so...
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ah, I see. This is very similar to something else I've experienced. I mean, I do like red, but blue is also good. Blue is actually really good.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
What?
Stanley walked through the red door.
Wait a second. That's not natural. Did he just...
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay. Come on, there's got to be an option. Oh, there's a blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Well, look how upset he's getting.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You give absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay, so let's talk about why he's upset now. Things are getting kind of strange here as well. So a lot of people's experience with psychology is that it's about figuring out what's wrong with you, which is actually pretty true. That's what a lot of the theories that like started the modality we're pointing at. Like, how do we figure out what's wrong with us? But there is a dimension of psychological research that is on like, why are we actually okay? And that is positive psychology. And I'm really interested in the idea of positive psychology as someone who does not come to positivity naturally, because it is all about how do you actually live a more fulfilling and positive life rather than just avoid problems. And in this field of research, there is this acronym, which is PERMA, which is kind of as close to like a formula for a happy life as we're going to get, okay? And what this stands for is positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and achievement. So basically the idea here is that like when people describe their lives in research, these are like the things that we keep coming back to as like signifiers that like we're, if nothing else, content and at peace with our lives. And I think this game kind of presents the perfect playground for exploring like why we get frustrated with things and like what some of the conditions for happiness when they're not met, what kind of emotions do they create? So I'm going to go over these bottom to top, actually, because this is the most important one that seems the most obvious, but I actually think is one of the harder ones for us to really commit to changing. Achievement, okay, pretty self-explanatory. This is like having things in your life that you accomplish that you can reflect on as like clear milestones of growth, right? So we can actually see that like the narrator gets really upset when like all his hard work and effort doesn't result in the story playing out as he intends. And so related to this is not just like, do I put in a lot of effort and do I accomplish things? It's also like, do I feel like my achievements are being threatened by something or someone? And we're the someone, right? Like every time that we do something that he doesn't plan for, he can't deal with it. Like he just makes shit up sometimes that's like kind of half put together, because like the further and further we deviate from his desire for achievement, like the less and less composed he tends to get. We need a sense of meaning, you know, a purpose that is like bigger than just I go through the labyrinth of this office space and then I get to the end. But like, what's it all for? Do my experiences connect me to some sort of bigger idea, right? Like, what are my reasons to become a parent? Is it because I think the idea of raising a child and passing down my knowledge is like really important? Is it because like that's an important tradition for my family? Like whatever it is, like this is very subjective. Okay. Having stable, positive relationships. A lot of us don't have a lot of these because you can't choose the people in your life all the time. And we certainly can't choose the narrator, and he can't choose us. Okay. He is stuck with whoever we choose for Stanley to be. And so when there's conflict there, right, we can see that that is also pretty upsetting. But at the same time, like, okay, my sense of achievement and meaning, if I'm the narrator, might not be totally intact because it depends on Stanley doing the right thing to get to the end. And so he does have to work from this angle a little bit to like get these back on track, right? Like he does have to sort of appease us a little bit, right? Like he's like, come on, trust me. Like, or what do you want to see? You want to see some skill trees? I'll give you some fucking skill trees. And then we have engagement, which is very similar to that idea of flow that I talked about in the first episode, where to be engaged in this model means that you are doing things that fully tap into your skill set. The challenge is equal to your ability, basically. And you may get this in your job. You may also get it from creative things or sports or whatever it is, right? But we are like using our capacity to like a healthy maximum. And then we have positive emotions. Okay. This is not the same thing as feeling good, okay? And this is the part of the episode where you get called out, because this is like kind of the most difficult one for us to accomplish, because a lot of people have really strange ideas, I find, about what it means to have positive emotions. There's like negative associations with it, that like if I'm being positive, that means somehow I'm like ignoring the reality of my life. The world is shit. My relationships aren't great. It's not meaningful. I don't have achievements. I'm not engaged. And so like to have a positive emotion means I'm like forcing myself to deny my miserable, cynical reality. And like, if this is you, you're doing it wrong. Okay. Like you can have positive emotions despite the rest of your life not being like in exactly the shape that you want it to be. But you actually do have to learn how. And this is one of the things I teach on. Okay. For example, a big part of experiencing more positive emotions is the idea of savoring, okay? Savoring, which basically means actually attending to and experiencing the positive feelings associated with any given thing, okay? And to me, my understanding of this is that it kind of comes down to our sense of attention, right? You only have 100% of your attention span to give to anything at any given time, okay? But as you're going throughout your day, it's probably the case that like 30% of your attention is on like the future. Okay, what's going to happen later today? What's going to happen tomorrow? Yeah, what am I doing with my life? Maybe like it's not really present, okay? It's not attached or tapped into whatever experience you're having like right this second. Okay, maybe like 10 or 15% is on like stuff that happened yesterday, like, you know, conversation that you had that you're still running over in your mind. Also not present. Okay, so now we're at like 45 here. And then because we live in very stressful, busy lives, I'm going to say that 50% of your attention is on like something you're actually doing, but it's probably split between two things. Like, for example, did you watch this video while eating something? Are you not even watching this video, but listening to it while you play some other video game? Because if you're doing any kind of multitasking, right, like this is probably present awareness, but it is split. Like, and then there's probably this amount like locked up in, you know, stuff that's not even happening to you right now. And that basically leaves 5% of actual like present sensory experience, which is not a lot. Okay, like this amount of tension is actually on like the physical sensations of what you're doing, and yet that's where like a lot of our positive emotions tend to be experienced. They're experienced presently, and so the idea here is to savor something is to really dedicate 100% of your attention to like whatever it is that you're doing, right? To try to like focus yourself on whatever is present. Not multitask while you're doing it, and be aware of the present sensations. And a lot of people get this confused with like the idea of mindfulness, which is a similar kind of making yourself present, but this is more so about like stepping back from your thoughts and observing them neutrally and trying to distance yourself from the flow of them to be more of a observer than an active participant in them. And it is a way of like calming yourself down and everything, but that's not the same. Okay, it's not the same as savoring. All right. And what I said about this is not the same thing as feeling good. What I mean by that is like actually having positive emotions is not just getting dopamine. Okay, like if you're just scrolling through your phone, like just on YouTube or TikTok or whatever it is, one, we're like dulling our attention down to something like so low level stimulating. But the actual emotion we're feeling when we're just like scrolling is like boredom. It's not a positive feeling at all. Your brain is getting dopamine, but it's like being comforted by that. It is not the same thing as actually doing something that creates like joy, enthusiasm, appreciation, gratitude. And I think that our brains have kind of gotten these two things confused, which is why a lot of people start like losing interest, or they think they're losing interest in even this shit that they like. Like if you've ever fallen out of love with video games, or you find that they're not as fun as they used to be, it's because you're not really doing this. You may be using games as a way to pacify yourself from boredom, but you're not actually engaging like your attention in a way that is actually intentional. So for example, like I'll tell you the way that I like will ruin my enjoyment of a game is if I have all three of my monitors on and I've got YouTube sitting on this one on the side, and I've got Discord on that side, and I've got my phone here. And like I have so many like other sources of easier dopamine to tap into than whatever I'm playing, because whatever I'm playing probably requires like some sort of like delayed gratification. I need to complete a quest. I need to beat a boss. I may need to try it multiple times. Like it doesn't matter if like intellectually I find this activity meaningful or that achievement is like on the way. The fact is my brain knows that there is a cheaper, easier, tastier sort of dopamine, like just one distraction step away. And guess what? I'm more likely to like not play the game, be on my phone, watching some sort of video, be like so unevenly split with my attention that I like lose interest in the game. Is that because it's not fun? Is it because I don't like games anymore? No, it's not. It's like because I set the conditions for myself to like not have this. And so when I know that I like my purpose for loading up a game and playing it is to enjoy it, as if that's like some kind of strange idea. Sometimes it is. I need to savor it. Okay. I need to like turn off these two other monitors. I need to like close out Discord so I don't get the ping. I need to take my phone and I need to like put it like face down next to me so that I'm and it's like out of reach. Maybe I put it in a drawer somewhere else. I need to put headphones in. Well, I don't need to, but that definitely helps with immersion. Like I'm doing as much as I can to savor that experience. And I actually find that like, there's nothing wrong with my attention span. There is nothing wrong with my ability to enjoy games, even of significant length or difficulty. It's that I don't actually set up my environment or prepare myself mentally to like actually go out and achieve this ability to savor what I'm doing. And so that's why I asked, like, are you doing more than one thing right now? Because like, you're probably not savoring this experience, or let's probably say any, if you're just used to like doing more than one thing. And look, I get it. Okay. I'm a serial multitasker as well, because I got a lot of shit going on. But the fact is like, this does become somewhat of a choice, or if not fully a choice, an opportunity, right? To try to get more positive emotion out of something by trying to savor it. Like, you've probably finished your meal now, okay, whatever you've been eating or snacking on since you started this video. I know that you're doing that. There's a lot of you. But like, do you really remember what it tasted like? Really? Like, could you say that you savored it? Or like, did this just become a functional part of the activity that you're used to pairing with it? Maybe it's something that you've made before, and so you have the sensational memory of like, oh, I enjoy this thing. But the fact is, we're not usually savoring most of our experiences. And this has like really deep implications for like, think of how much of your life you're probably missing out on percentages of positive emotions from. If you're going on a vacation and, you know, you're more focused on taking pictures of the place you're in than being there. I think a lot of people are really kind of disillusioned with the concert going experience. I know I am, because like, I don't feel like I'm in a crowd. I feel like I'm in a mass videography session with all the people holding up their cell phones. The world just starts to feel like a more distant and isolating place, despite being around people all the time. When I go to the grocery store or I'm just walking out in the park, like everyone around me is doing as much as they can to like not be present in that moment. They don't want to be wherever they are. They're not looking for any sort of like positive experience. And I get it. Like, it's so easy to get on autopilot and not be attentive to those things. But like, it comes down to like, do you want to be a happy person? Then you have to fucking learn this. You actually have to learn and practice finding positive emotions, even when things are dull or actively negative. And that is not the same thing as like denying the cynical reality that you live in. It's like, dude, there's lots of shit going on that like I'm not happy with, and like it's still a priority of mine to seek out and experience and savor positive things. Because the alternative is emotional death. Okay. And like, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of feeling like that. And I feel like that's actually the most important one, right? Because like, even if you achieve something amazing, like if you're not working on your ability to experience positive things, you're not savoring, you're not learning how to practice gratitude. And that is another thing that is like not a passive thing. It is a very active thing. You actually have to like endorse this idea, like practice it. I'm going to spend time being grateful about something, noticing it, giving my attention to it. It shouldn't just be like your reaction to like, oh, I guess I should, like guilt myself into feeling grateful. Like, these have to be choices. They have to be intentional places that you put your attention on, right? To savor a present experience or a past one. Like, it's really important that you like revisit your positive memories and experience them, and like ask yourself why you enjoyed them and like why they clarify your goals and values now, right? That's like where we get a lot of the sense of meaning from. And if you're not working on those things, I fear that a lot of people do accomplish things, but they're so ready to move on to the next thing that they like don't appreciate them. They don't feel accomplished, and they also don't know how to be told that they did something good. Like, you're probably terrible at receiving compliments as well. It's just this like natural reaction for a lot of people to like downplay any sort of like praise or recognition, because we think that the idea of like being humble, like having humility, is like somehow better than like, I don't know, feeling good about anything. Like, it's okay. It's okay to feel good about things. Okay. Like, we can demonize the dopamine treadmill of modern society and technology, because dopamine is not positive emotion. It is just like a chemical compound that like makes your brain feel good. positive emotions are a lot more complicated. Like I might feel them when I am longing for something with a kind of painful bitter sweetness, and like that's kind of a positive feeling. It's mixed up with some like tense emotions, but it's not dopamine. And in the pursuit of dopamine as a distraction to boredom or depression, we lose our ability to actually think and behave with positive intention. We don't enjoy our achievements. We lose out on a sense of meaning. Our relationships may feel less fulfilling than they really are. And like, it's very hard to stay engaged, right? I think that was like the original idea behind Stanley, is like, the guy just wanted to click buttons. You and I just want to click buttons, right? Like that's the whole thing. It's a commentary on video games. I think that like the best video games are kind of targeting all of this at once. If the game makes me feel things emotionally, like from the story, great, I've got that. If it's challenging and rewarding, if I develop like positive relationships with the characters, like, you know, these games like Persona, or I'm playing Metaphor Refantatio, and that has like a social system. Is there a sense of meaning? Does it tap into like philosophical or psychological ideas that like I'm well attuned to? And do I get a sense of achievement? Most people don't even finish video games. You go on Steam and you look at like the statistics for achievements, and like people don't fucking finish video games. You probably don't finish that many of them. And so like we shouldn't be sitting here scratching our heads why like life seems miserable and we don't seem to enjoy very many things, because I think that we have gotten the expectation that like any amount of effort for something that doesn't make you feel immediately good is like a waste of your time. Well, I have bad news that is actually good news for you, which is that like it takes effort, like way more effort than like doom scrolling or like doing something comfortable that like tricks your brain into making it feel like it's temporarily happy or okay. When like actually living a fulfilling life, like even just the positive emotions part, is like pretty difficult. And we can see the tension that it creates when like roadblocks or barriers come up in the form of other people's decisions or things not working out as we plan. And so I'm really curious actually to see like, how does this affect the narrator's sense of happiness and our own, let's say, when we continue to not follow the golden path and we deny him positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and achievement. Now I'll take the original door just to fuck with him that he wanted me to, which is the left door.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yeah, more choices is always good.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay, he's excited. He's anticipating achievement and positive emotions. So along with savoring is kind of like the present emotion thing. Gratitude is more of a like looking back, or could also be present. And anticipation would be looking ahead. How long does it take you to get the correct door? More than 7 hours. I am objectively ranked last. I'm not even surprised by that. I'm. This may actually be true because of how long I spend in front of the doors. 21% skip the intro. A dead rat is objectively ranked higher than me. Wow. That's confronting my anxiety as well. Let's try the middle door this time.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
See, like, he has no idea how to make us happy. That's what his idea is right now. Like, you're not happy with the experience. What if I give you, like, more options, would you feel more engaged and things feel more meaningful? The idea of a leaderboard is kind of something in between relationships and achievement, right? Relationship to other people going through the same experience of you, as well as seeing how you compare to them in terms of achievement. And yeah, I actually think that this is kind of an interesting way of maybe looking at game design. Is like I said, the games that are most compelling to me kind of hit these 5 points in a microcosm, as well as like applying to my greater life circumstance, right? I mean, for me, like the leaderboard, I don't really care that much. Yeah.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
I wouldn't.
Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, that's incredible. I'm sure something does happen if you stay here for 4 hours as well. I'm sure someone has done that, but I can't take it.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating.
What the hell?
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in the creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose.
Oh, it's Firewatch.
That must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Okay. I've not played Firewatch, but it does have very iconic artwork that I'm familiar with. Okay. Let's see what's out here.
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
What?
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any...
That's sickening.
Thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Interesting.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Are we in Rocket League now?
See, this is exactly what I had. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stan, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Well, and I think that's telling to the narrator and also clearly the writer's critique.
What do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
Ah, sports ball.
Sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Once again, these kinds of things, they reveal information about people too. When, like, whether let's say it's a game designer, let's say it's a person, let's say it's your boss. People who are highly driven by achievement, right? It's a similar kind of thing as like us doom scrolling to get dopamine, thinking that that's like the happy chemical. Is like, not everyone's motivated by achievement. Like, not every game is about achievement either. And I think that that's like where a lot of people are disillusioned with maybe some of the trends of the industry, where it's like, not everyone wants to fucking like have stress trying to win. Like, sometimes we just want to chill or explore something without much achievement. Like, maybe the achievement is more intrinsic than external. But like, when people are so achievement brained and engagement brained, like, of course they're going to think that everyone else wants that and may shoehorn competition or online service elements into things where they don't really belong. Thinking that that's what, like, if not makes people happy, gets them to spend more. Because it does. Because we're all like, I don't know, I think struggling with some of these skill sets. And like I said, even for the kinds of experiences that are tailor-made for like savoring, you know, like a cool, chill, open world game, like, it's our own behavior that can impede that. Like, when I have my monitors and my phone and all this stuff accessible, and I'm much more likely to sequence break from whatever I'm doing, get distracted, and then like pacify my bored brain with dopamine, rather than like do a little bit extra work to like find some tranquility in what I'm doing. And I get it, you know, like, being motivated by achievement is one of the more obvious ways to, like, it's the most tangible of these, let's say, because it's like, did you set a goal for something and did you get some sort of feedback that says you accomplished it? Great. But it's not everything. Okay, like, how do you know if a relationship is fulfilling? It's kind of nebulous. It's not really that measurable, and it can go up and down given the circumstances and time and all kinds of stuff.
Are you
right?
doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
And it is brilliant, the game's commentary on what, like, shit game developers think people find happiness in. It's kind of perfect for what I'm talking about.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Oh, well, yeah, I can see why the narrator is so frustrated with the predicament that we're in, because, like, we fundamentally can't have the relationship that he wants with us unless we do exactly what he says, which would impede our own, like, formula for happiness here. It just comes to, like, not having an open mind. right? Like some of those things that I have to do to like really enjoy my experience. I'm sure there's someone who's, they've probably already typed their comment and clicked away from the video, so they're not listening to what I'm about to say, but they're probably like saying how it's stupid that I need to put so much effort into enjoying something. And it's that kind of like, well, if it's not fun, why are you doing it? Like if you're bored with it immediately, why don't you do something else? And like, I respect that idea. I don't think you should invest time in stuff that's not enjoyable to you. But I also have to look at like this and just what I know about like psychology and ask the question, are we not enjoying it because it is fundamentally not fun? Or do we not actually know how to have fun anymore? Like how to set the conditions and set limits on ourselves. Like it is limit setting, putting my phone and the monitors and, you know, freeing myself from distractions. Like it does take effort. It takes more effort than I'd like. I wish I could just like easily savor my experiences, but like that's just the natural consequence of the technological age that we're in. You do have to try a little harder. I actually think that if you take the time to savor your experiences, especially games, you'll find out sooner whether they are hitting these points of fulfillment and engagement and meaning for you. And maybe then you can move on sooner. But I think people miss out on some experiences because they're like, oh, well, this isn't immediately fun, so I'm going to do something else that like gives me more dopamine. And what does that do? It like shortens our attention span. And it creates like a closed-minded approach to maybe the next experience. I find the narrator like, yeah, more closed-minded than not, because he's like not willing to part with the idea that the only way for Stanley and me, the narrator, to have fun is if like I'm the one who sets the structure to everything. That's just what it has to be. The only meaningful thing that can happen in this game is like the storyline I set for it. Engagement is going to come down to whether or not you follow my directions. And I just don't think that, I think that positive emotions is the biggest blind spot for, I'm just going to say most people. I really think it's a tragic thing. It's been tragic for me to neglect this, as if like positive emotions should just be the natural consequence of like doing something fun. I don't find them the same thing. I have fun doing lots of things that don't create like lasting positive associations or memories with them. Time to slam a spleebly. I actually could go for a spleebly right now. And the other big problem, okay, actually, before I continue, I should probably figure out what the hell I'm doing here, because I am sort of just circling the drain now. Well, maybe all I can really do is just begin the game again. I guess that's the ending. Well, I guess I'm back. So this time,
Co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
let's see what happens if I get us back on track. Like I go on the platform
Set of two open doors,
and then go in the actual red door that he wanted me to.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been a... What? Really?
Really?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you.
It's funny every time.
I really do.
I don't know why I enjoy torturing him.
Show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, let's give this a shot. Let's see what happens when we put ourselves back on track after already disturbing his sense of happiness, right? Where does his attention go?
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
This is getting dark.
I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Do I want to know? I mean, what happens when you feel like you have none of these things? Okay. We don't often or know how to experience positive emotions. We're not engaged, not fulfilled by any sort of creative pursuit or our job at all. We don't have any, or if we do, let's say they're not positive relationships, we can't find a sense of meaning in our life, and we're not achieving anything. Like, this is the conditions for like depression, severe depression. And I've been there. And I found the way out. But it wasn't easy.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
What? Is he savoring this moment without the distractions of pursuing endless achievement and productivity, of just being present with his mind and awareness, being grateful for the life that he has right now, and not only the one that he desires? Is that what's happening? Are we savoring, chat? I mean, I kind of don't want to leave. I like the idea of the narrator being happy. I don't want him to be miserable. Okay, actually, I enjoy torturing him, but like in like a sibling love sort of way. I actually would prefer him to be happier than not. But sometimes relationships are about rupture and repair. And we've been doing a lot of rupturing. That's kind of nice, isn't it? Just savoring. Try this out, actually. Stop whatever 2 or 3 other things that you're doing. Okay? If you're listening, try being present with me. Okay? Right now, you're in control of where your attention goes. Okay? And I don't want you to give it to me. Just give it to yourself. Okay? This experience. Right now, you don't need to be reminded of everything that's not going well in life. You don't need to look ahead at all of the many opportunities you've planned for to fix those wrong things. The past is just the memories you have of it, and the future is just your ideas about it. This moment, whatever kind of moment it is for you, is really the only one that truly exists. Try experiencing it. Just this once. If you've noticed any kind of change in your mood, that's the evidence that this stuff really does work. And it is as simple as giving better direction to where your attention is going. But you do have to set yourself up for that and go seek them out, these positive feelings that they are available to you. But you do have to go looking for them.
No, wait. Where are you going?
I'm sorry, narrator. I am going to continue here.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Oh no, what am I doing? Now I'm creating negative emotions. Can I go back? Will he be okay if I go back?
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Okay. He may have, we may have developed an unhealthy attachment now to moving forward. I don't want to create avoidance in the narrator where, like, he just gets addicted to savoring the present moment and never does anything else, because that can also paralyze you. Savoring is like exercise, okay? You're not supposed to be doing it at all times necessarily, but when you need it, when it's helpful to do so. And I'm going to teach him a hard lesson about that.
What we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
What? Everything we achieved, you say?
Before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you? Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I mean, I'm thinking about it. I don't like the idea of, like, this being the way that we fix things. I don't know what it says about, like, me or this channel or just the kind of games I play, but this has happened more than once. That I've found, like, this being the choice to make. I don't know exactly what that says about me, but it's just something I'm noticing right now.
No! Oh, thank God you lived.
Oh.
You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Yeah, sure. Oh, I'm moving a little bit more slowly. Is it going to make me do that again?
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
No. See, that's what I was saying. Like, paralysis and avoidance of forward movement is not the same thing as, like, savoring a moment, being grateful for an experience. Like, you do have to live your life. You can't just become, like, hedonistic and addicted to positive experience. That is not what I'm talking about here. I feel like the narrator is kind of like all or nothing with this sort of thing. What if I... Oh, I can't go off that way. I mean, obviously I can begin the game again like I did before.
Go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Is it really telling me that that's the way to progress, though, again?
No. What are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
It's kind of fucked up. It's kind of really fucked up.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Oh, man.
Correctly.
I actually have created a depression for him. I've taken away his ability to experience positive emotions by leaving the Serenity Room. I'm not allowing him to be engaged because I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. He doesn't even get to describe anything new. I'm breaking the trust in our relationship by telling him that, like, I don't like his game through my actions. It's an inherently meaningless, like, path that I'm taking here because there's no other alternative, and it's certainly not achieving anything. It's made him depressed.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. but I guess that was too much to ask.
This is fucked up.
You wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
This is supposed to be like a a healing channel.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
What have I done? What did I tell you? It is my goal to illustrate the problems of human behavior and to experientially supply evidence of the solutions. That's this channel in a nutshell. Sometimes I achieve that. Sometimes I don't. I think I got part of the way there this time. More so on the demonstrating the problem part than finding the solution. But that's just the nature of what I'm doing here sometimes. Well, I hope, if nothing else, you enjoyed this little trip into the world of positive psychology and how to live a meaningful life by creating a miserable one and showing you how to do that. Savor your experiences, folks. It is a choice. It really is. And there are many things that make that choice difficult, right? There's a lot of stuff like, ADHD and chronic depression and like so many things that are not in our control, okay? And that is not my message to you that like this is a 100% solvable problem. But I do think that there is a percentage of our attention that is wieldable towards some of these things to just make life a little bit easier, if not exactly perfect. And it's our choice to go looking for it. So, who knows what the fuck will happen next time? Yeah, this is becoming more and more into another descent into madness type of series, but I hope you are enjoying it so far, and I'm looking forward to exploring more with you very soon. Take care, everyone.